an update version of Katana Wi-Fi voice recorder config tool. To use a config tool and to use Katana voice recorder, you will need an FTP server, because all the recorded files are uploaded to an FTP server, and you can use a web-based FTP server, or as we do in this case, you can set it up on your computer. To set it up on your computer, you can take a look in the internet, and there are plenty of pages that would help you out. For instance, this one, how to host an FTP server on Windows with FileZilla. Okay, so we set it up an FTP server on our computer, named it FTP demo, and we have a folder already with the voice recorder we tested. We called it test.ct, and inside this folder you can see they have audio records with the time then the record took place. We have debug files. In these debug files there are some additional information. We have configs folder, and that's the folder where at each connection to the FTP server the voice recorder puts its current config. You can see the time then it was uploaded, and we can use it for creating new configs, and we can also always open it up and can read it. But what's more important, at the end of this config there is information about current settings, actually current status. It has firmware version, has unique ID, battery life, and well, sometimes not this time. It should have Wi-Fi quality, what's the signal strength. Okay, so and also here we have new config folder, and that's the folder where you can save your new config, and it will be uploaded to the voice recorder. Then it next time connects to the FTP server, and actually that's one of the places where we will save the final config that we will create. So let's do it now. Let's create a new config. Okay, start the program. We have some buttons here. We have new, load, default. Basically it's just our default, don't use it. So new will just reset everything, but load is a very useful function. We can use load, and as I said, we can use one from the SD card config, or we can go to the FTP server. Okay, that is my FTP demo and test.ct, and we'll just use one of the configs. So let's see, let's try this one. No. Okay, yeah. So and now we have all the parameters filled up, and we'll go very fast through them. You can see most of them have some sort of hint, and basically they just talk, or their names talk to themselves. So the name, as you saw, the name is used as to name the folder and the files then have this word and the time then they were created. And debugger, yeah, you saw, let's take a look again. You have debug files. That's sometimes if there are some problems or we want to know something, you can save a debug file and send it to us, so we could check if everything is okay. But regularly you don't need it, just turn it off. LED, it depends if you want to have them on and off. Battery voltage cutoff, okay, basically that's what it says. Then the battery is fully discharged, the voice recorder should stop, so you would not lose any of your recordings. And then that's the loop function. Yeah, you can see it here. Then the memory is full, you erase the oldest file, or you just stop recording, up to you. Discretization, compression, we have known ADPCM, and we are very proud we have OGG, which is like really good, which is compresses or up to 10 times of a good file, 16 kilohertz, 16-bit discretization. But again, if the place doesn't matter, just don't compress. Microphone amplifier. Well, if you have if the audio is low, if the voice is low, put high amplification. Naturally you will get a little bit higher noise, so just it's up to the conditions where you do the recording, but you have quite a big choice of that. Maximum recording duration, that's in minutes. Basically what you will do, that's the maximum recording in one file. So if you have continuous recording for, like, say, let's an hour, and you set maximum recording 5 minutes, that would make 12 files, and that makes it a little bit easier to navigate through those files. Voice activation, we have two methods. We have Pro and Eco. Pro is more precise. Eco is not that precise, and you can lose something like quarter of a second then the recording starts, but it also saves energy. So if you are energy conscious, use Eco, otherwise use Pro. And this button is to enable disabled voice activation system, and this is the sensitivity. The smaller the number, the higher the sensitivity. If you have 100, you would not record anything. At 1%, you would record almost anything. I mean, even if just a fly flies through, you will record it. Voice activation system record stop, that's the time of silence, then the voice recording should stop. So in this case, if we have 10, let's say, so 10 seconds of silence, the file is closed, the recording has stopped, and the voice recorder goes to sort of sleep. Live streaming is not available now, so we'll skip these two, and we'll go to Wi-Fi and FTP settings. So Wi-Fi connection, we have several options. Well, available will be soon available for live streaming and some other features, but at this time we have request, which means that the voice recorder connects to an FTP server whenever it has a file to send. We have Wi-Fi off. In this case, the voice recorder works just like a regular voice recorder without Wi-Fi. And we have schedule, which is like most useful one. And in this case, we should set up the schedule, then it should connect to the FTP server. We will talk through schedule setting up a little bit later, but now we'll take a look at these three parameters. Those Wi-Fi attempts. This is consecutive attempts, so the voice recorder tries to connect like 5 times or 6 times, whatever you set it, in a row. If it fails, it takes a break, it takes an interval in seconds, and then tries again. And it tries as many times as this parameter says. If it fails again, it will try to connect again the next time the connection is scheduled. Wi-Fi security. Almost everybody uses WPA2, but just in case you have something else, they have also options here, even an open Wi-Fi connection. So choose the one you need. That's the name of access point and the password, and that's an address on a FTP server. In our case, we use our computer, so that's 192.168 and so on. A new feature, we have an alternative FTP. You can have 2 FTPs in case one fails. Everything will be uploaded to another. I don't have one, so I just plug in some numbers, doesn't really matter. And naturally you need FTP username and password, which you plug in here. The time zone is the time, your time is different from UTC. In my case it's +3. And then time synchronization. It's can be FTP once. That means that the voice recorder syncs the time once, then it's the first time connected to FTP. It can be FTP every time. Oops. Every time it connects to FTP naturally. And from config file. So the starting point is the time then config file was created, and then a real-time clock inside the device will just keep the time going. The last parameter here is erase files after upload. It's saying what to do with the files. We can erase them, we can keep them and upload every time then it's connected to FTP, and we can flag them. That would mean that we still keep them, but they're not uploaded every time to the server. Okay, now let's go to the schedules. The schedules are set up in this tab. It's wake up, and you can see we have Wi-Fi wake up settings. As I said, that's related to this feature. If I set request, you see it disappears. So let's go again, schedule. Okay, we can have different Wi-Fi times. Press a plus or minus to make less of them, and we have plenty of options. We can set once and set exact date, time and date. Okay, let's say 07 and 2015, or we can have it any day of week. We can have it only on weekends, only working days. We say weekdays, but that's working days. And we have daily. Daily is, yeah, that's what I usually use. So every day at 12:11 it will connect to the server and upload everything it has. And okay, this is about the recording. And here it says always. Basically this always is only useful if we use it with voice activation system, but otherwise we can set it just the same way as here, but we have the starting point and the ending point. So let's also set it to daily, and you can add more options and less. So let's say daily from 9 o'clock to 15, let's say 15. And okay, what would that mean? That would mean that every day from 9 to 15:15 the voice recorder will use its voice activation system, and whenever there is something to record, it would record it. What would do if I turn this off, if I disable it? Well, very simple. It will just record from 9 to 15:15 continuously, breaking the files into 5-minute duration files. That's it. And that's basically about creating a config. So now we just have to save it. We press the button create, and if we want the voice recorder, if the voice recorder is operating and we want it to download the config file from FTP server, we save it to the new config folder with the name config, and we press save. Yeah, okay, yes, I did it already before. Or if we do it for the first time, we do the same stuff, but we save it directly to SD card. And we say press save. Okay, and it's saved to SD card, and now we can plug it into the voice recorder and start using it. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be glad to help you.